Some of the things that you've been teaching these kids through the AC Green Foundation are pretty amazing. What have you been teaching those kids?
You know, Jim, what I try and really focus on is it's a character building camp. It's really life skills, okay? Because most camps you go and you get the physical skills, but you really don't bring in the other component as far as the character. You don't really focus on integrity. You don't really focus on, doing things the right way. You do things the fun way, but you don't, and maybe the popular way, but maybe not the right way. Well, just like in basketball, you can develop bad habits, but you do them over and over and over again, it's still a bad habit, you just perfected it. Well, in basketball also, but also in life, if you do those same things, you're just doing bad habits the same way. So I'm working now, and I'm trying to, for the last 20 years, we're working on, hey, let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to saying please. Let's get back to saying thank you. Let's get back to saying, you know what, I don't mind. I'm not afraid to say I love you, Mom. I'm not afraid to say I love you, Dad. Just the simple little things, and there's a way you go about showing appreciation and respect. And so I go back and I'm hammering on things that parents are already saying, but it's going in here and coming out of there. And so I'm like, okay, stay just for a second, and hopefully it'll settle down right there. And that's what we try and do. I take the kids out on field trips also, because a lot of the kids, they are from underprivileged background situations, so they're looking for hope. They feel like they're in a hopeless place. They don't know what the next meal might be coming from, or they see the struggle within the family, and they're like, okay, how, I don't want that. I'm tired of gunfire. I'm tired of graffiti around my neighborhood. These are the kind of things I hear consistently. Okay, well, they want to change. They don't know what they're going to use, what method they're going to use to make a change. So I take the kids out. I teach them basketball the first half of the session in a course of a day. The second half, I take them to a business. I take them to some employment. I talk to the manager, the CEO, the GM, and they come out and they speak to these 100 and something kids on this field trip, and they tell them their story. And they say, hey, I was once where you are, and this is where I am. This is how I worked my way, and I didn't give up. And you know what? It took some time. It wasn't easy. But I went to school, I finished school, and they said, if you really want a chance even to put an application in here, you have to finish high school. And it doesn't mean you have to go to college or be a college graduate, but you have to finish high school. So don't give up on that. And that's perfect for me, because that's where most of my kids are right now. They don't believe they have a lot of hope, but they see someone that they can recognize and identify, and then they're like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I can do it. So someone from a Home Depot, a UPS, Rockwell or Boeing Aerospace now, you see some of these bigger companies, a Chipotle, even a restaurant type place, a Sheraton, a Westin hotel, these types of places that kids see all the time, they don't really know what goes on behind the scene. They just go there as a retailer. They go there and it's like, I'm shopping, I'm a consumer, I'm buying this, buying that, but now all of a sudden they get a field trip and they go behind and see what it's like to make these things happen for us, the public. And so now, hey, maybe there's a trade that I'm interested in that. I like graffiti. I like doing things where at Home Depot, hey, I get to spray paint something. I actually get to paint something here with my hands that I don't get in trouble for. It helps. It all helps, and it's been pretty neat.
So what you're doing is you're showing them the behind the scenes of these big businesses. I think it's interesting what's happening in today's economy with all the struggles that's happening, and yet here's AC Green, bigger than life, could work basically with any company, join forces with any company out there in the U.S., and yet AC Green chooses FDI. Why?
Well, I think, once again, it is about treating your fellow man, even better than you would like to treat yourself. Okay, and that's really the model that you really want to try and live by, as far as my household. And I think Brian Patterson really shared a good vision as far as what the company was about in presenting it to me. And I'm very appreciative of that. And then going back and meeting Bill, Andrelli there, and the staff and the corporate, the leaders, and it was seeing that the office was real, seeing that Bill was real, seeing that the office was real, seeing that the founders and the founding core was actually real. Meeting Bill's family was important for me. And see, that becomes more important than the business itself. I can be interested in the business, but if I don't know what stands behind the business, then it's like I'm instantly checking off. So once I went back and did my own, as I call, due diligence, and got a chance to look in eyeballs, shake hands, I was like, I do like this. You know, I do like this. It has some substance to it. Looking at the business itself, like you said, there's so many people that are in the middle of just a quagmire, many of them, freeway interchanges going on in life, and they need so much help. You know, we can't predict what area they're in or the outcome, but what I saw in the FDI is a bunch of solutions, okay, that were under one umbrella. You know, I saw when you talk about credit, and you know, you talk about wellness, you know, you talk about health insurance, you talk about dental, you know, you talk about things that are necessities in life, practical necessities. You talk about people who get confused all the time going somewhere, like yours truly, you know, and you have a service that you can make a phone call and say, get me out of here, because I don't need to be here. I need to be over on the other side of town. I mean, it's things that are just simple but are real, okay? It's a life-changing experience for someone like me in a sense, because, you know, time is so valuable for me. Not that I'm super busy, but at the same time, I don't like wasting time. I wasn't raised that way. And so when I can find a service that can help me be efficient in whatever the area it might be, and if it is calling, if it is just asking for direction, if it's guidance for somebody else that might be with me or someone that's lost and I'm trying to give directions to, it's just, it all helps. And so I was just more amazed with seeing so much offered under one umbrella. That just intrigued me greatly. But I said, you know what, these same families I've been working with for over 20, 25 years now, if they had an opportunity to hear about FDI, you know what, that can supplement some of the income that they've been looking for in some of the letters that I get at my youth foundation asking for assistance and donations. If I can just share what the possibilities are with FDI, how they can actually make some money and learn even a greater trade in addition to what they might already be doing, you know, here's a solution. And so I saw a bigger picture. I saw something that I think can really help, and it fits right in the core value of what I'm already doing. Is right down the same lane that I've sort of been trying to live my life, and I'm very happy.
Now, AC, obviously you're a goal setter. I mean, you've been a goal setter all your life. What are your goals here at FDI?
You know, my goals, okay, now I'm here, I'm inside of FDI, okay, and really, you know what, it's not about being a part, but, you know, I want to be a leader, okay, and it's not that I desire that per se, but, you know, I don't like wasting time, so there's a challenge, and I want to step up, and I want to be in a position and do the things of a leader and leading my particular team, which I named it because I didn't understand anything else. I call it the green team. All right, so well, I mean, okay, I didn't think too hard on that one. All right, but I have some great men and women part of the green team, and I'm looking forward to just continuing working and building with them, and then being able to take it from there and join and let them get introduced to the rest of the family inside of FDI and all the other teams that are out there. And now we see this one big family at some of the conventions and things of that nature. It's going to be perfect. It really is. But it excites me to be once again in competition. It excites me again to go after a championship. And it excites me again just to know that your life does matter.
So obviously with the goals, I mean, you have your plan to explode your business. You got that competition thing going on, right?
Oh gosh, I know.
Tell me about the marketing plan that I'm hearing about. I mean, I see these cards, the AC Green, VIP Personal and Financial Concierge Services cards. Tell me about those.
Well, I mean, it's we can't play one-on-one basketball yet, so I got to, you know, I'm finding out other ways to have competition. But more importantly, honestly, it's about networking. You know, it's about building a team. You know, it's about, as in the Verizon commercial, having a network behind you. And our particular network, just like there's so many different cards out there, well, we have our limited edition, you know, the AC Green card, you know, with FDI and the wonderful picture of a championship celebration that's going on at the Staples Center. And it's awesome, it really is. And it's supporting each and every person that wants to come into the business. You know what, you reps out there, you need it. You know what, it's backing you up more than anything else, and get into your people's hands so they can continue to see, feed in, especially the guests who are on the fence. I don't think they want to separate from this. This is a car they don't leave home without it.